All right, so let's start with the big story that we are tracking on WION at this hour, where the Armenian National Committee of America has demanded the blacklisting of Pakistan by the Financial Action Task Force. Now, the association wants Pakistan on FATF's blacklist for financing terrorists in the conflict over Nagorno-Karabakh. The demand for Islamabad to be blacklisted for its terror financing continues to grow as the Financial Action Task Force is scheduled to meet later this month to decide on the future status of Pakistan according to the FATF. The Armenian National Committee of America has tweeted that the money laundering watchdog must add Islamabad to its blacklist for terror financing that includes the funding of jihadist mercenaries to have fought in Nagorno-Karabakh alongside Azerbaijan over the contested territory there. There were reports that Pakistan was in fact fighting alongside the Azerbaijani forces against the Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh in the conflict that broke out last year. The Pakistan's armed force chief had said that his forces fully supported Azerbaijan's position in Nagorno-Karabakh. Now, in October, the FATF decided that Pakistan will continue to remain on the grey list. Now, Pakistan was asked to continue to work on implementing an action plan addressing its strategic deficiencies. The country is yet to demonstrate that its law enforcement agencies are identifying and also investigating the widest range of terror financing activity. It also needs to demonstrate that such prosecutions result in effective, proportionate and dissuasive sanctions. Now, Pakistan, remember, has been on the FATF's grey list since June 2018. Now, being on the grey list makes it much harder for Pakistan to in fact avail loans on the international stage. And the Pakistani government has also been given a final warning in February 2020 to complete the 27 action points by the month of June in the year 2020. The FATF extended the June deadline to September due to the spread of the coronavirus pandemic that disrupted the FATF plenary meetings. In recent weeks, Pakistan, of course, remember, has tried to put forth the facade of carrying out reforms, including the passing of certain bills to prevent getting blacklisted by the FATF. Now, Pakistan, remember, is facing a bit of an uphill task in clearing its name off from the FATF grey list, since it is finding it extremely hard to shield the terror perpetrators and also to implement the FATF action plan at the same time. Now, to give us more insights into what this demand is, we are joined in by Dr. Benjamin Poghosyan, who is the chairman of the Yerevan-based Center for Political and Economic Strategic Studies. He's joining us from live from Yerevan. Now, Dr. Benjamin, bring us up to speed in terms of what exactly is this demand and why would the diaspora of the Armenians in the United States want Pakistan to be put into the blacklist of the FATF?
Thank you for the invitation and for this opportunity to share my views. The international community knows well that during the September-November 2020 war against Nagorno-Karabakh Republic, launched by Azerbaijan in full political and military support of Turkey and also support on the involvement of Pakistan, thousands of mercenaries have been used. They have been brought from Syria to Nagorno-Karabakh, the same way which Turkey used to brought them from Syria to Libya in early 2020 to fight back against Haftar. So these terrorist mercenaries have been brought to Nagorno-Karabakh, and they have been used to attack not only Nagorno-Karabakh Republic army, but also the civilian population of Nagorno-Karabakh Republic. Up to 100,000 civilians have been forced to flee their homes due to the aggression and the occupation of some territories of Nagorno-Karabakh Republic. And right. Pakistan was fully supportive of these actions, and which means that Pakistan was fully supportive of using terrorists and mercenaries in the military conflicts, but even more, Pakistan was supporting the use of terrorists and mercenaries against civilian population. And this is a gross violation of international humanitarian law, and definitely Armenia as a state and also Armenian diaspora and Armenian diaspora organizations, they cannot simply keep silence in the light of these gross violations of international humanitarian law. So not only Azerbaijan and Turkey, but also Pakistan was part of this. And we all know the statements of Pakistani high political and military leadership that they fully support Azerbaijan in its actions against Nagorno-Karabakh Republic.
All right, now the question that I want to ask you is, now this is a demand that's been put forth by the Armenian National Committee of Americas. Essentially, it is a demand put forth by the Armenian diaspora from the United States. Is this also the official demand of the Armenian nation?
If we speak about Armenian state, there is no official statement from Armenian Ministry of Foreign Affairs or from Armenian Office of Armenia's Prime Minister that Armenia officially as a state demands this putting Pakistan into the blank list and changing its position from gray list to blacklist in this organization. Officially, there is not such a demand, but Armenian state officially made several statements that yes, there was many cases of use of mercenaries against Nagorno-Karabakh Republic during the 2020 war, and yes, that both Turkey and Pakistan was supportive in these actions.
Now, Azerbaijan, in its defense says that Nagorno-Karabakh is a territory that is internationally recognized by the international world as part of Azerbaijani territory. And they say the reason for this entire conflict is because of Armenian interference into Nagorno-Karabakh. How does Armenia respond to that?
Let's separate two issues. One issue is to which state belongs Nagorno-Karabakh. The one issue was what about the history of Nagorno-Karabakh and etc. This is a separate issue. But even if Azerbaijan argues that Nagorno-Karabakh is or was a part of Azerbaijan and that people living in Nagorno-Karabakh were Azerbaijani citizens, it does not give Azerbaijan a right to use terrorists and mercenaries against, in quotes, its own citizens and its own population. So even if Azerbaijan saw that Nagorno-Karabakh was a part of Azerbaijan, again, it does not give him a right to use the mercenaries and jihadists in the military actions. This is a violation of international humanitarian law and international law, regardless what Azerbaijan thinks about Karabakh status.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Benjamin Pogosyan, for joining us and getting us all those updates there. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.